Hi everybody, thanks so much for watching this video. As you can tell, based on the title, this video is just all about me. And this is sort of a pretty rare opportunity for me. As you can imagine, in my job as a psychologist, as well as a professor, I don't often get the chance to talk about myself because we are, well, talking about more important things. So for you to be interested in taking some time out of your day to watch this video, I am just really pleased and honored, and I thank you. I'm hoping that out of this video, you will be able to determine whether this seems like a good fit and whether you would like to work with me. The strategy that I thought I'd use for this video is to answer some of the questions that are commonly asked of me. So this is physically in my space. I call it my non-living living wall. My home office here in the Atlanta area actually has a ton of windows. However, since we're surrounded by trees, we get very little light in here, and I can't really successfully grow anything. And it sort of bummed me out to not have any kind of greenery in my office. So I had the idea of creating a living wall, and I'm very, very proud of it. It actually makes me very happy to see that in my background when I'm on these video calls. And I hope that it also is pleasant for you to look at. So there's the answer to that big question of if that is real or not. My complete first name is Doug Young, D-U-G-Y-O-U-N-G. And the first part is from the first part of my father's name. The second part is from the second part of my mother's name. And when I was maybe in kindergarten, the teachers had a lot of difficulty pronouncing Doug and Young, and they actually were the first ones to drop the Young. And ever since then, I've always just been Doug. And in my professional life, I am Dr. Doug. I have only been in the Atlanta area since 2021. And prior to that was in the Seattle area, and as well as a short stint in the Portland area. I did my doctoral internship down in Phoenix, and prior to that had lived in DC, Chicago, Knoxville, Tennessee, Philadelphia, and then born in New Jersey. Sometimes I will tell people that I've been running from the law. That is very much not true. If anybody from the licensing board is watching, I have never, ever been in trouble with the law. I am just joking. This most recent move to the Atlanta area was brought about by the COVID pandemic and our desire to be closer to family who are all on the East Coast. So that is what brought us from the West Coast all the way to the East Coast. The answer is quite surprising. When I was a junior in high school, I made the decision that I did not want to go to college and that college was stupid. And there was no reason for me to do that. And so I instead moved to Philadelphia, got a job as a server, and it became pretty clear to me that my choices would be pretty limited without a college education. So when I was living in Knoxville, Tennessee, I took advantage of the job I had at the university and where I had a tuition waiver. So I went to night school and got my bachelor's in business with the plan of working in nonprofit. And that is what I did for several years, working in nonprofit advocacy with both animals and children at different points in time. And after a while, frankly, I burned out and shifted so that I could take a break, and thought I was taking just a temporary gig as a personal trainer. That ended up being a pretty long-term gig because I realized how much I loved it. I worked with individuals, groups. I taught group fitness. I would give presentations. I had a column in the local newspaper. I was doing freelance journalism in the fitness industry. So after some time, though, I just realized that I had potential to actually help people more than that. And at that point, I made the decision to pursue mental health as a career and went back to school, went to graduate school, got my master's in applied behavioral science, did my PhD in clinical psychology, got board certified as a couple and family psychologist. And so here I am now. If 17-year-old me could see how many years of college I have under my belt, I'm not sure what 17-year-old me would have done differently in order to try to avoid this, but I definitely think that there was a purpose for the path that I took, even though it might have been a little bit indirect. So that is it. That is me in a nutshell. And if you wanted to learn more about me, I have a little bit on my website, drdog.com, and you're welcome to take a look at that. I look forward to hopefully meeting you and having a conversation in real time. I hope that this video gave you a glimpse of me and how I exist in this world. And I'm looking forward to creating something with you that will bring clarity, connection, and hope. Until then.